What's up guys, Lou here for Golf Avenue. You've seen the title, you know what's happening today. We know you're used to our comparisons video where we compare two clubs, but today we want to do something different by comparing two bag builds. That's right, we want to show you guys at home that it's possible to build an affordable bag, but there's more than one way to do it. But you're probably wondering why we would turn our successful shorts into long form videos? Well, the reason is quite simple. We want to be able to better break down our picks and explain how we ended up on the final decisions of the clubs in the bag. The other thing is we want these videos to serve as sort of a guide to help new golfers or golfers who are wanting to get back into the sport with the build of their bag. You can already find a bunch of guides if you head onto our blog where you can learn more about buying each and specific club. But with these guides, we want to show you how to build a complete set for you at home and making it affordable. With that in mind, we're just about ready to go find our clubs. We're gonna go pick one of them at a time, then we're gonna come back, set them side by side and compare them fully. And that's where you guys come in. We want to know which one you prefer, so let's know down in the comments at the end of the video which set you prefer between bag 1 and bag 2. One more thing before we head out, just keep in mind that all the clubs we'll be using will be right-handed and we'll be prioritizing the regular flex as much as possible with all of our clubs. So you guys ready? Let's get going. So let's start off with our irons. And the reason why we're starting with our irons is very simple. Actually, there's two simple reasons. First off, they take up the most space in your bag, which will also mean that you have to take out the biggest part of your budget for your irons. And the second thing is, it will tell you what lofts you need for the rest of the clubs in your bag based on what you'll have in your irons. So for our first set, we decided to go with a classic for beginners, the Cobra F-Max Super Light. These irons are perfectly fitted for beginners. They have all the assets that beginners could ever want. So based on the name, you can definitely guess that these irons are extremely lightweight. The name says it, super light. The other thing is, since they're so light, they are perfectly designed for golfers with slower swing speeds who struggle to put more speed behind the golf ball at impact. The other thing is, these club heads are massive. They are massive, so big they could be compared to shovels, which I know can turn off a lot of highly skilled golfers, but that's not who we're looking to cater for today. We are talking to beginners, and these are perfectly suited. And the other thing is that the design is a cavity bag design, so you see all this space behind the club head. This means that at impact, you'll have better launch angles, more spin rates, and you'll also be able to launch the ball higher in the air, which is often a problem for beginners, but with this set, you won't have to worry about that anymore. So for this set, we're running from the 5-iron down to the gap wedge, so a total of 7 clubs, but what's most important here is that you're getting 2 wedges out of this set, so we're saving in the long run overall. And obviously, I know what your question is at home, the burning question, how much for this set? Well, for this one, we're paying $319.99. So we're about at 40% of our whole budget, a little more even. This is exactly the sweet spot you're looking for when you're spending on an iron set, on a new set. So our whole budget here is about $700. These at $319.99 are perfectly in the sweet spot. So moving on to the iron set of our second bag, we were able to limit ourselves to 45% of the budget for the first one. But can we go even lower and free up more budget for the rest of our clubs? I think we can, and I think I found the right set to do it with our second bag. The iron set for our second bag is the Callaway Razor X and G. This set is perfectly suited for what we're looking to do today, another cavity bag set with massive club heads. The other main thing you might want to look at is the offset near the hosel. Very, very pronounced, so all golfers who struggle with the slice with the iron will benefit from a clear draw bias with the offset. The other thing is that this set is even larger than our last one, as it runs from the 4-iron down to the pitching wedge, and it also includes a gap wedge, so again, 2 wedges included in this set. And the best part is the price. Here the price is $239.99 for 8 irons in your set already covered, so that means you have so much money to work with for the rest of the clubs. So that means that we have plenty of space for a little surprise with bag number 2 at the end, but you gotta stick around to find out what it is. So let's go find the driver for our first bag. Moving back to bag number 1, we're taking a look at our driver like we said, and we went with a very affordable Callaway X2 Hot. This one has a massive club head, perfect for forgiveness. It'll help you, provide you plenty of power at impact, and the launch angles are also ideal for beginner golfers. Honestly, this club is perfect for beginners in terms of performance, but it's even better when you're looking at its price because you can get your hands on it for less than $100. So that means that in our whole set, this driver accounts for a sixth of the whole price, which is exactly in the sweet spot once again. But now that we know what driver we have in bag 1, let's see what we got in bag 2. Moving back to bag number 2, looking at our driver, we're going with a very forgiving beginner model. We're going with the TaylorMade Aero Burner. This one has a massive club head, as you can see, great launch angle. The speed pocket here is perfect for beginners to help with more power at impact. It's a great club for beginners. It's super lightweight. It's perfectly suited for golfers who want to launch a ball high in the air. And you can get it in your bag for just a touch above $100. So again, about a sixth of our whole budget. But we know that with bag number 2, we've got a lot of money left. So let's see what we can work. But speaking of the money we have left for bag number 2, let's take a look at the whole situation right now and see how much money we have left in each bag. All right, so let's just hold it here for a sec and see what we've got since we both have our irons and our drivers covered already. With bag number 1, we have $285 left, and we still have 6 more clubs to find, which is a bit tight, but honestly, considering where we are today, I think we'll be plenty fine to find all we need. In bag number 2, we have $70 more or less, so that means we have $355 left to cover 5 clubs. So we're definitely fine with this one, and like I said earlier, I think we'll be able to treat ourselves with a nice little surprise with one of our clubs in that bag. So let's move on and see the woods. So for our fairway woods, we're going with 2 fairway woods per bag, and we're going to start with bag number 1, obviously. With our first pick, our 3 wood, we're going with the TaylorMade V-Steel. This one, yes, is a bit older, but it's still very technologically relevant because most of TaylorMade's more recent fairway woods still feature the V-Sole technology, which you can find at the bottom of the V-Steel. If you're looking here, the sole is very oddly shaped or uniquely shaped, if you will. This technology is still relevant for TaylorMade drivers up to this day. And this one is available to you for less than $45, so we're talking about a great, still relevant deal to this day. Moving on to our second fairway wood, we have a 5 wood. This one is the Cleveland Classic XL, a beautiful big club head. Although it does look a little smaller, the thing is it's very deep from the top of the club head to the bottom of the face. So that's a very nice target and impact for any beginner. And again, this one will run you under $50, so you know you're getting a great beginner deal. Moving back to bag number 2, we're taking a look at our fairway wood this time, and the first one of the 2 might be a little controversial. It's the Nike SQ Max Speed. We know this club is either loved or hated by golfers. It makes a huge noise at impact. Not as much as the driver, obviously, but something that will definitely have eyes on you wherever you are in the course. It's not as forgiving as some of the other models that we looked at already, but it will allow you to unleash your power whether you're off the tee or down in the alley. And the best part is it's less than $50, so a great deal right there. Now for a second fairway wood, we're going with a Callaway Razor Edge, which comes to say matches our iron sets, so you know it was meant to be all along, obviously. But more seriously, this one, also a nice deep club head if you start from the top of the club head down to the bottom of the club face. It's super forgiving, and it will pack a nice punch at impact. So a great choice for a 5 wood here again for beginners. And just a touch above $50, you're getting 2 great fairway woods for less than 100. So a great deal right there again. So for bag number 1, we were missing 1 club for the top of the bag, and we're talking about an hybrid here. So we went with a very eye-catching hybrid, the TaylorMade Railer. This one is gorgeous. You can see all the intricate design on the sole and the weight at the back here, the club head. And if you really pay attention, you might have a reminiscent of another wood that there's already in bag number 1. We're of course talking about the TaylorMade V-Steel. This nice sole at the bottom here will help you cut through the grass, whatever the length may be. The TaylorMade Railer also, like I said, has the weight here at the back of the club head for better launch angles for beginners. It'll be perfect for them. And the best part is you can get your hands on this one for less than $45. So that covers it for our woods, hybrid, and irons. We're going to check our bags one more time to see what the state is before we cover our short game clubs. So just before we go finding our short game clubs, let's just look at the situation for both of our sets. First one here, we have $145 left and we've got 3 clubs to cover. So that means we should be plenty fine, and we might even have some wiggle room at the end when it comes to the whole set. For bag number 2, completely different situation. We've got $250 left, and we still only have 3 clubs to take care of in that one as well. So you know there's a surprise coming in that one, and you have to stick around till the end because you won't regret it. But let's go find our wedges. So looking at the wedges for our first bag, we have here in the sand wedge, the Titleist Vokey 200 series. This one is a thing of beauty, honestly. Still in great condition, and the great thing about those Titleist wedges is that you have the high toe peak at the back here for maximum contact with the golf ball at impact, and you also have the trailing edge here at the back that allows for the best turf interactions possible. And the best part about this wedge is that you can get your hands on it for less than 35 bucks. But we've got even better than this because the lob wedge for this set is a Callaway Forge Plus. This one is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful wedge. It's 20 years old, but honestly looking at it, you could barely believe it. This one will run you for only 30 bucks, and that's a really great deal. But now that we have our wedges covered for bag 1, it's time to look at the wedges for bag number 2. So for the wedges in our bag number 2, because we also have 2 to take care of, we have the sand wedge here, the TaylorMade Preferred ATV. This one is gorgeous. It is a bit worn in terms of the rest of the club head, but if you look at the grooves, those grooves still have plenty of play left to them, and they're beautiful. Honestly, ATV means all-terrain versatility, which means that for beginner golfers, you want to get your hands on this one, as the club will allow you to hit the balls from very, very different ball position, whether you're stuck in the longer grass, in the sand, or really in the awkward position on the course. This one will get you out of there, and you can get your hands on it for less than 50 bucks. But that's not the only club that we have at less than 50 bucks in this set. We have the Cleveland 588 RTX in the black pearl finish. This one is a gorgeous, gorgeous club. Yes, we'll be honest, the finish is a bit coming off, but the thing you want to keep your eye on is the micro milling between the grooves, which is a staple of Cleveland. And in this case, it's still very much present, which means that you'll get maximum spin on every single strike with your wedge. Again, 100 bucks for 2 wedges, and we have 150 bucks left. I'm really excited to see where we're going to put last in that bag, but we got to go find the putter for bag number 1 first. So for the putter with our number 1 bag, we have 2 options because we've got $85 less. First option, we spend the whole 85 on one club, or second option, we spend a bit less on the club and we keep some of the money for later purchases. And we're going to take a look at those later when we're done with the video, but let's first look at our putter for bag number 1. We went with the Odyssey White Ice number 2. It's a beautiful putter. It's a very typical blade profile, very simple club head with a nice slant neck. If you look in the club face, we've got the face insert, very typical of Odyssey. We've got some milling around the club face to maximize the feel of the ball at impact. Actually, if you've got a nice little arch to your stroke, this putter will feel perfect for you because it's got toe weighting, which means that you'll be able to feel that nice bend when you're putting. So that wraps it up for bag number 1. We know all the clubs in there, but we still need to finish up bag number 2, and we have a lot of money, so let's see what we decided to do with all of it. All right, so we know that we had about $150 left for our bag number 2 with our putter. And again, we went with the option of keeping some of the money at the end and not spending all of it on our final club. But you've been waiting for it. Here's the final reveal. We decided to stick with Odyssey actually, but we went with a much more recent model. We went with the White Hot OG Rossi. This one is a thing of beauty. We remember the old Rossi 2, very half mallet clubs. Nice face insert here again, very reminiscent of the White Ice we just looked at, but the face insert is much wider, and the sides of the club face are not as prominent. The big thing about the Rossi, yes, it's the most expensive club of all the ones we looked at today, but it's also the most recent one by a landslide, which makes sense, the price follows along. But now that we have all of our clubs covered for both of our bags, it's time to go back, take a closer look at both of them, compare them side by side, and see which one is actually the best one. So we're back behind our bags, and it's time to compare them side by side. The first thing we want to compare, obviously, is the price. We want to know how much each bag cost us. So let's first look at the bag number 1. The total here is 674 bucks, just about. We rounded it up for you, just to make it nice and clean. So at 674, you're getting a driver, 2 woods, an hybrid, a 7-piece iron set, 2 wedges, and a putter. So that's a great deal right there. But if we look at our other bag, bag number 2, the total here is 670 bucks. So there's a $4 difference between our 2 bags. And for bag number 2, you're getting obviously a driver, 2 woods, an 8-piece iron set, 2 wedges, and a putter. Yes, there's $4 differences between our bags, so in my opinion, I think we've got two winning bags right here, but it also shows that there's so many ways to build an affordable bag because both of them are under 700 bucks. And if you look at bag number one, we did have a better proportion of equal distribution amongst our clubs, so the iron set covered about 45%, which is exactly a sweet spot you're looking for, and the other clubs were able to work and make something really nice out of it. But again, if you look at bag number two, it's very easy to find a great deal on an iron set and then splurge across the rest of your set if you want. We did put a lot of money on our putter because we want to keep it for a long time, but we could have put all of it on our driver instead and put a little less on our putter and find something a little more affordable. There's almost unlimited options when it comes to building affordable bags, but today we just gave you two great examples of what you can do when it comes to building an affordable set for beginners. But one big question remains here, and it's which of these two sets is the best? And to answer that one, we need your guys' help at home to answer down in the comments. All you have to do is let us know down there, bag one or bag two. Simple as that. You say bag one or bag two, that's how you cast your vote for which bag you prefer. Obviously, if you want to let us know why you preferred one over the other, obviously, please let us know. We'll be happy to read you, and we'd love to even respond to you if we can. But we did say that with the money left over from both of your bags, we had some options for you. Well, here it is. You can either thrift yourself a golf bag for very cheap if you're able to find one. They're always very readily available in your thrift store. You can find them for very, very affordable prices. Again, just a suggestion, but if it was up to me, I would probably just recommend you find yourself some golf balls to go along with your bag, a glove perhaps, or maybe even a towel to wash those clubs that you just bought. But that's just me. And speaking of shopping with us, do you know that you can make these affordable sets even more affordable? No, that's right, you can do it. All you have to do is take advantage of our trade and sell program where you send us your old clubs and that'll knock dollars off the price of your new ones. But that wraps it up for today. I really want to take the time and thank you guys for watching this video and learning more about how to build very affordable sets with us today. We really want to do more of these in the future. So if you have any recommendation on maybe a bag under a certain amount or a challenge for building a bag, let us know down in the comments and we'll be happy to take it on for you. But as always, for Golf Avenue, I've been Lou. Until next time, see ya.